This video is a demonstration of how to set up a wrapper on your website. You would use a wrapper if you want everything in your website to be maybe pulled together so that you can see the background. So let's start by adding a wrapper. So in this case, I'm going to put the wrapper around all the website except for the body. So I first find the body tag, the opening body tag, and I create a div, and I create an ID equals. In fact, I'm going to put my closing brace here so don't forget. And I'm going to name that wrapper because it's going to wrap around everything on my page. Then at the foot of the website, I have to close that, right? So I have to find the closing body tag and put that at the end and put the closing div tag. Now, as you can see, I have a problem with indenting, and there's a shortcut way to fix this. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to select everything except for those new divs. So now everything inside the wrapper, I'm going to tab that over. And now you can see that it's very easy to see that there's a body, and then there's a div with a wrapper, and everything else is inside of the wrapper. Okay, so now that we have our wrapper done in the HTML, now we can actually style it. So let's start by making a background color of, I'm going to make it like a light gray so we can kind of see it here. So I'm going to, whenever you use like numbers, letters or numbers that are the same, then you kind of always get like a gray. So a lot of times if you don't know a color, you can just go, but you want some sort of gray, and the higher the number, it's the hexadecimal, so A through F. The higher the number, the lighter the color. So I'm going to pick D for kind of a light gray. See how that works. And you can see I made the website kind of a light gray. But now what I need to do is I'm going to add a wrapper. I'm going to put it right underneath the body because that's where it is in the website and in the HTML. So now on my wrapper, but first let's give it a color, right? So background, let's have a subtle effect here, right? Background, dash color. And I'm gonna go, maybe I'm gonna go E, like a lighter gray. So it's kind of a subtle effect. Save. And refresh. And now I should turn a little lighter gray because everything is inside the wrapper is so subtle that I can't even see it. So I'm going to try just white, which is F's. Okay, so it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Okay, it's because I didn't save this file. So let's save it because my wrapper should work. And now I go over here and now I see a white on a gray. In fact, I'm going to change this back to my E's. I think that would look nicer. Kind of a subtle effect, two colors, and you can look up two color numbers that are related to each other. Okay, so now let's make this wrapper. Let's kind of style a little bit. So first thing, let's make it 80%, so that you actually can see your background. Your background might be an image, right? So maybe you want to be able to see some of that background, and so you maybe go with 80%. Save, refresh. And now it's 80%, right? And it's 80%, but it's not 80%. It's not center. Now I have to center it. So to center it, we do margin left auto and margin right auto. Save, refresh. And now you see it's centered on the page. So I have a working area or a wrapper going around my website. Now the next thing I might want to try doing is, well, let me show you one more thing here. I'm going to delete the margin left and margin right and show you a shortcut, because we actually do that a lot. You're trying to, when you center something on a website, you just do it a lot because you're trying to center things. So so first of all, I would just type 0. And this is I'll just type the whole thing and then explain it. So 0 auto, save and see if it works. Oops, it didn't work. So I did something wrong. Margin 0 auto. Did I type O instead of 0? That would be kind of crazy. Yeah, there it worked. I may have typed O instead of 0. Okay, and then anyway, so it has to be 0, not O. But anyway, as you can see, it's a lot less typing than margin left and margin right auto. And what it means is the first, this is shorthand. And so the first number is the top and the bottom, and it's just 0 because I don't want to add more margin to it. Or I could add more margin to it. Let's just try it. So this is my top and bottom margin. So maybe I do 20px, save, and then see if I have. It doesn't actually affect it because there already is a 20px margin there. And then the auto is for the sides. So I just do 20px and then auto. And that's why I suppose use 0 because a lot of times it wouldn't be affected because there already was a margin there. So save, refresh. And that is how you create a wrapper on a page.